Welcome into TuddyTalk. This is week 4, and I mean, the best keep on rolling, and the worst keep on rolling as well. Nothing has really changed much since last week, so we're going to kind of keep it brief. I'm Devin.
I'm Gifford.
And let's just jump into our power rankings. Up first, no change. We're going to have Apple. We're just going to keep him down here until he wins, I think. He had me shaking for a little bit, but ultimately could not pull off the upset because, I mean, Patrick Mahomes just
throws to Rashee Rice.
That's all he does. And you can't fix stupid. Yeah, if I would have lost, I would have crumbled. Absolutely. I think I wouldn't have recorded this week. I don't know if I would have recorded next week. I can't take a loss to Apple this season. Really. It's really sad. Also, just to throw it out there, bench Michael Pittman. He's garbage. Look on the waiver wire. I mean, what, Calvin Austin? He's out there. Maybe he goes gets another touchdown this week. You can never be too sure on those free agents. Do you have anything to add about Apple's team?
No, just an unfortunate year for Apple. We'll see if he turns it around.
Up next, number 11, we're going with Scott. And, I mean, it was abysmal. It was garbage. It was trash.
A new low.
It's a new low, for sure. 48.8 points.
The record.
That's
officially the record.
You can't be doing that. I mean, not your year is maybe an understatement. That clown picture is deserved, I would say. It was not a... Just all around. CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, Zamir White. It's time to bench him. It's time to get rid of him. I mean, who can you put in his place? Nobody. Yeah, JK not my year. That's
he sent me a good trade. Still thinking about it. But
JK Dobbins should be one of your starters, and then throw in another receiver. Who knows? What's the trade?
It is JK and Baker for Eckler and Mixon, and he's throwing in $50 and a third-round pick for next year.
That's a big trade. Eckler just got a concussion. We don't know if he's still gonna play.
I just don't know if Dobbins ACL. I just don't trust his ACL, man. I don't know.
We'll see. Get it. I mean,
he's doing great though.
How many trades do you want to get where you get a bunch of fab? You want to end up with 500 fab?
No, he offered it. I didn't even negotiate with him. That was the first thing he sent me, $50. So I was like, and I think that's the first trade I've received for a round pick for a draft pick. So. Really?
I know he and Tatani were talking a little bit and trading picks.
Oh, Tatani just talks in general.
Tatani has been, he just yaps and yaps and yaps. But we'll get to him once we get to him.
Yep.
At number 10, we have Nate. And look, you won this week, but...
With a bombing 76 points.
He hasn't scored over 90 at all this year.
Man.
He's
2-1.
Lucky that he's 2-1. He beat Chris by 2 points last week.
I think I think he's pulling a Scott year. Remember where Scott was like he faced me in the championship, but he had like he didn't score very much. He didn't score very much, and his points against was pretty abysmal as well. So
he's been getting lucky. His opponent this week was Scott, who again didn't score even 50. Nate, you gotta score 90 at least next week, or else you might drop. Well, there's nowhere for you to drop unless you start just completely losing.
Yeah, unless Apple or Scott get a win, I think you're gonna be stuck at 10 for a while. It looks like. And
speaking of somebody else who should get a win,
me.
Matt, you dropped it against Eric. It was a career game for Joe Burrow and Derrick Henry.
You know what? Monday night's never good to me. I had a feeling I was going to lose. I was up by 37. I had a feeling Joe was going to go off. It's the Commanders, poverty franchise.
Franchise that just beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
38-33.
I know, 0-3 for the Bengals. But...
You are the Bengals. Let's just say that. That makes it sound a little better.
I am the Bengals. 2 positives. I guess I moved up 2 spots in the overall standing, so I'm in 10th now. That makes me the best winless team in the league. And Juwan Jennings won me $5, so thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Not quite the best winless team in the power rankings, but I do say that you are the best 0-3 team.
Oh, I forgot about Chris. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Chris is technically ahead of you, but that's just because.
No, but in the actual
standings,
in the
yeah,
actual
you're the best 0-3 team.
Yeah, barely.
I mean, virtually identical in points for and points against with Chris.
Yep.
If you look at it.
Swift will be on the bench for time remaining. The Colts with an abysmal run defense. Swift still couldn't do anything, so he is going away. He's gone.
You and Chris are steady around 251, 252 for points for, and 330, 334 for points against. That's, I mean, virtually the same team. Yep. Let's see who's going to get their first win this week. I think it might be you, because Chris has Sammy this coming week. I think that Apple will be the first with a win out of those three. Yeah, because Apple's playing Brittany. Little spoiler for next segment. Anyway, moving on to Chris. We mentioned it. You are 0-3 as well. It's just unfortunate, really. Let's see. What do I have for you? You're playing to stay ahead of Apple right now, and that's not where you want to be this early in the season. You don't want to give up hope, but I put you up here because you are barely losing. Just week in and week out, you're barely.
He got smacked this week, though.
Did he?
Yeah, he got smacked pretty bad.
Playing against Titani, I give you a pass. That's fine. Whatever. But last week, 87-89. Week 1, 86-88.
Yep.
It's just really close losses. And then I'm not going to hold the Titani loss against you. So I'm keeping you right here. If you win next week, you might move. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're starting to get a feeling of how these teams are. Up next at 7, we have, well, maybe controversially, Sammy. I put you here. You were the top scorer of the week in week 3. However, you're still not the top scorer in the league for record for this year. That still is held by me. It may be by half a point, but I mean, technically, right is the best kind of right.
A strong win. Reasonable that you move up from 3 or 4 spots from last week. You got a top 3 win and gave Brittany your first loss of the year, so that's very impressive.
Absolutely, but I mean, you're unpredictable. Going from 55 points last week to 159 this week, it's not sustainable.
What did I say last week? The most 50-50 team in the league.
And that's proper. That's exactly what I would say too. Sammy's team just, you don't know, because you don't want to be in the playoffs and win one game, win the wild card round by 50 points, and then lose the next one by 100. It's not where you want to be as a team. Mm-hmm. So get your shit together. At number 6, somebody that really needs to get their shit together is Tommy. Tommy, you need to get your real life together, and you need to get your fantasy life together.
Damn.
You started Jordan Love this week. He wasn't playing. Why? What are you doing? That was an active decision, because last week you had somebody else starting. This week you reverted back to Love.
When Caleb actually did pretty well this week.
Caleb scored. You would have won had you started Caleb. I just don't get the decision. It wasn't the best, and I mean, I don't know, man.
Is your heart there? Is your mind there?
Is
the passion there?
I don't think so. We need to see something, and not just, from your fantasy team. Reach out. We want to know how you're doing. Up next at number 5, we have Paris, who was playing Tommy and got the lucky win. You should have lost. That's just how it goes. Had Tommy played the correct quarterback, you would have lost. His backup quarterback outscored your quarterback. I forgot to mention it earlier, but while we were talking about Scott, he was nearly outscored by Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings nearly outscored him. I mean, I don't know how much you want to talk about him because he is on your team, but you did ultimately lose.
I have a feeling it might be a one-week wonder. Hopefully it's not, but what a day. Just wasn't enough because Derek fucked that all up. So
I mean, Brandon Ayuk looked incompetent out there, so maybe the vet Jawan Jennings can step in and give you 40 points a week.
But we are talking about Paris. I will give Paris this. Scoring 100 with Ramondre giving you 0.3 is very impressive. So, I mean, that's still a good sign to be over triple digits, and
James could. He's looking generational out there. He's looking
Charbonnet
great.
had the best game of his career.
Likely going to be the best game of his career.
Probably.
Unless Ken Walker's out forever. So
Maybe.
We'll see. Quentin Johnston's starting to look pretty good down in LA.
Yeah.
Got a touchdown this week. I like what I'm
2
seeing
weeks
over
in a row.
I mean, you took a little bit of a fall this week by one spot. It's not too much. I think you can regain that spot, especially over Eric, who is at our number 4 spot. Eric, like I said earlier, Burrow and Henry both had a fantastic game, franchise game for both of them. However, the rest of your team outside of Jefferson, I guess, were mediocre to just awful, just plain bad. Jamal Williams still doing nothing for you. DJ Moore at 12 points. It's fine, but not for a number 1 wide receiver on his team. Dalton Schultz, just garbage. I mean, hopefully you had Kittle out, so that makes sense. Ken Walker, hopefully he's back sometime.
You get some bonus points here for a comeback win. So, yeah, I mean, you got the job done. So, good win, Eric.
Monday night, Joe Burrow looked great against the Commanders. However, he couldn't finish it, unfortunately.
No.
In real life, he did finish it for you, Eric. Congratulations on your win. At number 3, we're keeping Brittany here. And, I mean, she didn't move up. She did score higher than the number 2 team, but she didn't move up because she lost. And I'm just going to say that now. She's only here because she lost. Her team is still great. I do think that it's, top 3, like we're saying right now. HN had a bust game, but that's fine. David Montgomery continues to roll, 21 points. Amon-Ra.
Is it time to move on from
From HN?
No, from Richardson.
That's
2 weeks in a row at 7.
I told her before the podcast that she should move on. And, I mean, who's out there, really?
Darnold's lighting it up.
Aaron Rodgers, he just had a decent game, didn't he? Sam Darnold, like you just said.
Andy Dalton looked great.
Andy Dalton. The Panthers they're rolling to a championship.
Wink, wink here. Derek Carr will not be my starting quarterback this week. I am looking on the waiver wire actively.
Damn, you're giving up after one game for Derek Carr?
I'm thinking about it.
That's tough.
I'm thinking about it.
You should start looking at some other people's backup quarterbacks, like Geno. I don't think he's starting anywhere, is he? I'm just talking out my ass. I haven't checked.
No,
Geno's doing great, though.
Tatani has him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's not starting.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins looks okay.
Kirk
14.
looks all right.
But, yeah, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, the ongoing trade has Baker in it, so
there you go.
That's also an option.
You have some options, I think. But, Brittany, it might be time for Anthony Richardson to see the bench. At least for a little bit, ride the pine.
Which is sad. It's
humble him up a little bit. As a coach, I think it's your job to just put that into your players. You need to play well, or else, you're going to sit out. It doesn't matter how much name recognition you have.
It's gone to that point. Yep.
I think so. Up next, at number 2, we have me, Devin. I am only here because everybody else underperformed as well. I don't think I deserve to be this high, but
you're undefeated.
With everybody else, I haven't lost, and everybody else kind of shat the bed in week 3.
A little concerned not hitting 100 this week.
A little concern, but I mean, I don't think Tony Pollard's gonna score like 10 every game. It's Tony Pollard. Brian Thomas, I was a little upset with, especially in a game that they're losing by 30, more than 30. They should have been passing more to Brian Thomas. He did have 9 targets, 5 for 9 for 48. Just not what you want. Rashee Rice, keep going. You're boiling and you're just looking great. Trey McBride is questionable. We'll see if he's going to play at all.
Me and Apple were actually watching Red Zone when that hit happened. It looked pretty nasty.
Did it?
Didn't look. We could hear it through the damn screen.
Yeah, he's in concussion protocol. Hopefully he can do something. I don't want to go pick up another tight end. I don't know who to drop, really. I guess Robinson. Spent 5 on
Shakir
looked good.
Consistent.
Odunze looks. Is that starting to come around?
It might be time.
Caleb and Jaden Daniels are starting to look pretty good.
He's starting to look comfortable.
I like it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the number 2 position. Number one, we're keeping it here. Tatani, nothing's taking this guy out. He's been hit with injuries. He's been hit with all the negative smack talk that you could throw at him. Nothing's going to bring him down. I mean, I don't know what else to say. He's killing it. 154 average for 3 weeks. Over the first 3 weeks, that's a quarter of the season almost. Like, you're killing it. I mean, for the regular season, that is a quarter of it.
Do you remember when we used to be there? We used to be there.
I'm top 3 right now, so I'm not. I'm not at 150.
I'm talking when we were dominating.
Oh, dominating. Yeah, I'm not right there, but yeah, we'll see those days again.
It's a good feeling, Tatani.
It is. So I don't blame you. You're talk yourself into, I don't know, just a win. Keep going. You're doing great. Most points by about 90 over Brittany, who has the second most points. That's great. No signs of slowing down. I mean, even there's signs of picking it up. I mean, AJ Brown, when is he going to be back? Is there any word on AJ Brown yet?
I forgot.
Not on IR. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not seeing anything specific. It is a hamstring, but I mean, those linger, so hopefully he can come back, especially with Devonta Smith maybe sitting out now.
And we actually thought you were going to have a slow week after Henry had a shitty Thursday night, but nope.
It just keep on rolling, Tatani. You're doing great, and nothing can stop you but you.
Yeah. Basically.
However, you still don't have the top score in the league, so just pick that up, and then maybe I'll give you a little bit of respect. And that's it for Power Rankings. Let's keep it short and sweet. Moving on to the competition. For week 3, it was MVP. That was the highest scoring individual player, and I am happy to report, or do you want to be happy to report?
It is Mr. Juwan Jennings. He scored 43 points, 11 receptions, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Damn, you have those numbers down.
It was the only thing I could enjoy all week, basically. But career week, and we hope he continues that against the Patriots this week. But just a short rental until Debo comes back. So yeah, Juwan Jennings, $5.
Yeah, week 3, Juwan Jennings. I could not have predicted that. He came off the waiver wire to score you MVP. I don't know if that's happened before.
I don't know.
It's usually the quarterback scoring, 50 points.
It's an off year for quarterbacks, man. Quarterbacks are hard pickings this year.
I think it's usually Josh Allen. Over the last couple years, I think it's been Josh Allen. And I mean, this year he was second, so he almost took it from you.
He had a great week. I mean, 47-10. He had to have done something.
He scored 38 points, almost 39. Almost took it from you. Had he had one more long touchdown, would have taken your $5 too. That would have been a worse Monday night.
Yep, I've gone from Mixon to Marv to Juwan, so it's a little discouraging being 0-3 with these big performances, but it is what it is. We'll keep it moving.
I get it. Anyway, moving on to week 4's competition, we are going to go to bench warmer. That is going to be the highest scoring bench player. So good luck to everybody. And hopefully my opponent plays this one.
Damn, I could have actually won this. I don't know if 21 was a good bench squad.
That's pretty good.
Terry. Komet had 20.
Komet?
I have him on Chop.
I haven't looked at Komet.
Nothing would have changed me.
The Guillotine League, I almost got cut, and I'm worried that this week is going to be
Oh, you didn't get cut? I thought you got cut.
No, I was one player away.
Oh my god.
Baylor Bexter got cut. And oh man, that was scary. Anyway, moving on. We're going to talk about our predictions for week 3. Both of us went 3-3. The only difference we had was Nate and
no, you picked me.
Nate and Scott, and then Tommy and Paris. Those were the only differences. But yeah, 3-3. So right now I'm still in the lead. And this week we are going to go me against Nate. I have no commentary here. I'm just picking me. I think that my team is better all around. I'm already projected 16 points more than you. I think that I can pull this one out.
Yeah, I think Nate, you're gonna have to get into the triple digits, bud, to have a chance. You're gonna have to have a breakout week.
That's fair. Nate hasn't scored over 90. I'm gonna just keep hammering that home until it happens. Sorry, Nate. Moving on to Chris versus Sammy. I took a little bit to look through these because they are pretty close in projection. However, Sammy has just been outscoring Chris every week. I'm going to continue on the Sammy train.
I am as well. For selfish reasons, I would like for Apple and Chris to stay at 0-4. I need to keep them. I really don't want to be drunk singing karaoke, guys.
I want to see Chris do both of our challenges. I think
did he retract his statement saying he would do both?
You can't retract it after the first week has already started.
He's kind of nervous about the karaoke part, which I think is easy, but I don't know.
I think it'll be.
What, really?
The only time I've ever sang karaoke was blackout drunk. I don't remember it. And
I remember that.
One of the worst nights of my life.
I'm definitely getting drunk. It's not going to be good singing. Fine. I'm going to have fun.
That's what karaoke is. That is a fun thing for most people.
Yeah.
Or not most, but a lot of people. That's just a fun night out.
You guys are going to make me do like a Diddy song or something?
We'll see. That's a little more fine than when you made Eric say the N-word. Everybody go cancel Eric.
Black Eyed Peas.
Anyway, I chose Sammy. I think you did too. Yeah, both of us chose Sammy.
Yeah.
Matt Apple versus Brittany. The Granny Smith competition match. I think that Brittany is going to crush it.
Me too. Unless Brittany gives him a give me win here. I need Apple to stay at 0-4. It's that simple.
Nah, Malcolm's gonna come out to 1-0 parents.
He's gonna come out to loser uncle.
Oh man, if his first football Sunday comes and goes and I'm in a piss mood, I'm gonna be absolutely upset. So I mean, Nate, you better not ruin my child's first week.
It's gonna be an uphill battle because fuck.
Yeah, both of us picked Brittany. JK, Not My Year versus Balls of Steel.
I don't have my set lineup. I don't know why I'm only projected at 80. But
Derek Carr is only projected for 15 points.
Oh lord,
that's why. That's part of it. He should be up there higher.
I need this win. If I go 0-4, that almost guarantees me missing the playoffs. So this should be an easy week, Scott. You're in the lower half of the league, and I'm gonna have to get a win before I hit the tough patch of fucking I haven't played Tatani yet. I haven't played Paris yet. So
I'm gonna have to.
I haven't played Devin yet. I need to get these easy wins while I can because I'm fumbling these easy wins.
Yeah, Scott. I mean, your team. We went over it in the power ranking. I'm not even gonna go over it. You guys are 9 and 10 in the rankings right now. Scott should be lower, but he got a lucky win, I think. Yeah, I'm going with Gifford, if it isn't clear. Tommy versus Tatani.
If it wasn't already clear that Tommy's personal life might get in the way, I think Tatani was just going to win anyways. So that's just more of a layup at this point.
It's another easy win for Tatani, I think. He is averaging, like we said, 154. On the other side, Tommy's averaging 89.
I don't know why he's just not. Why they just don't put his players at 20 apiece. They might as well just be projected.
Might as well. Every single one of them scores at least 15. It's crazy.
Especially
every week.
It's running backs.
I hope Jordan Love's back this week, and I hope that. Oh man, if Tatani loses, that'd be hilarious. Just an unexpected week to lose.
Yep.
Anyway,
you talk about records. So you talk about scoring records. I technically have the longest winning streak in league history at 12, I think.
Did you?
Because it was 2-2. I went 12-2.
I have to look back on the records.
Yeah, but if you can win 12 straight to Tani, see if you can beat that record.
Did Albert not get? I don't know. I'm not gonna talk.
I think Albert had 11. I beat it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I beat it.
Paris versus Eric. Last one. I wrestled with this one for a little bit because
Paris projected so low.
I couldn't tell you.
Just a low projection, I guess.
Guess so. Brock Bowers still isn't getting the respect he deserves, I think. Zach Charbonnet is still low. I don't know. Is Ken Walker looking like he's going to play?
I don't know.
I think if he's declared out, Zach Charbonnet will go up a little bit.
Which is also a difference because Eric has Kenneth Walker, so that could also be a flip.
That will absolutely affect this.
Yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, Paris. And then Quentin Johnson, I think that he should go up a little bit in projection. Maybe not much, but 6.6 is disrespectful.
And did Herbert even play last week, or?
He played a little bit. I think he sat out.
Okay.
hope he's back. That shows how much preparation goes into this podcast. Not a lot. 115 to 96 average. I think I'm going with Paris.
Damn, she's averaging 115. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I just Paris this week, and I'm still pretty salty over the loss, Eric. So, Paris, take care of my dirty work, please.
I like it. That's all we have today for you. Week 4. Hopefully, it's a little more exciting. Hopefully, you get your first win. That would be just great for the morale.
It's a lot of hopes. A lot of hopes.
And I just want to keep on going. I want to face Tatani when we are both undefeated. I think that would be a great matchup. Mm-hmm. That's all we have for you for week 4. Again, I'm Devin.
I'm Gifford.
And we'll see you next week where we might have a special podcast episode or special segment.
Or special guest.
Ooh, that too.
A little one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.